How about Brock Purdy? So let's do like the good and not so good from Brock Purdy's performance. Uh, the good. He the good from Brock Purdy. He completed 19 of 27 passes. He scrambled well. He averaged 10 and a half yards a carry. He had the longest run of the night. Uh, really, the best plays until that one drive were Brock Purdy going off script, making something out of nothing. Guys weren't exactly open. Kyle wasn't exactly in his bag. He was facing an elite defense. So those are the excuses in the context. Now the not so good from Brock Purdy. I thought he was pretty bad from the pocket. He made some plays in the fourth quarter. He made some throws from the pocket. But remember what Ben Johnson said about Brock Purdy last week? Purdy lit him up. And after the game, Ben Johnson, who was petty, was asked about Purdy, and he said, oh, man, he's extremely dangerous, particularly when he can see down the field. What I saw tonight was a guy who was engulfed in the pocket, could not see down the field, and was looking for scramble lanes as soon as he hit his back foot. And you know what? He's a hell of a scrambler, and he really tests defense's discipline because you see a lot of guys like wildly rushing after him. And early in the game, the Seahawks were rushing past him. Defensive linemen, defensive ends. And anytime you do that to Brock Purdy, it's an automatic first down. He's getting out of the pocket. He's running up and out. He's like Mahomes at that point, man. Neither Mahomes or Purdy are really fast, but you can never tackle them. I don't know what it really, they both run 4.8s. I could run a 4.8 right now, but if I was running out there, I'd be destroyed. Eventually, Seattle adjusted, though, stopped rushing past him, and he would run into sacks. And I think this is going to be an issue for Brock the rest of his career. Is he a very good quarterback? Yes. Is he short for the position? Yes. That's why. So is Jalen Hurts, man. So are a lot of these guys. So is Baker Mayfield. So is Bryce. He's not the only guy who's 6'1", 6 feet. He's my height, 6'1.5 inches. You can't see down the field. That's why he rolls left. It's why he rolls right. It's why he wants to get out of the pocket, because once he does, he can see. But I thought the Seahawks did a good job of forcing him to throw from one spot, and he wasn't good. I mean, he threw for 127 yards on 27 attempts, and he threw a pick. Now, the pick was dropped, but it was also tipped at the line of scrimmage. You want to know why? Because he's short. And again, I'm not saying, hey, he had one bad game against a great defense, so throughout his whole career, in the last 6 games, he's a bum. I'm not saying that. But at the same time, I just want to point out that people went overboard the last few weeks. He beat some bad teams. He had a nice month and a half. A lot of quarterbacks have a nice month and a half. He didn't have a great season. People were talking about him being the best quarterback in football. It was stupid. He's very good. He's not the best quarterback in football. The best quarterback in football doesn't score 3 points in this situation. You think if the Niners had Josh Allen, they scored 3 points in this game? I don't. And I'm going to say something that really piss you off. Yeah, you. No, you in the back there. Not you. You in the back. If the Niners had started Mac Jones in this game, I guarantee they score at least 4 points. Yeah, I said it. That's right. Quarterback controversy. No, but seriously, man, like, can you imagine if Mac Jones did this? Can you imagine? And that's why I kept bringing him up. People try to change the narrative and end the controversy, whatever. Just because you put it on the Titans doesn't change anything. Dude, Mac Jones lit up the Rams twice. Brock Purdy lit up the Seahawks 0 times this season. They scored 17 in the first game. They scored 3 in the second. They scored 20 points in 2 games against the Seahawks. That ain't cutting it. You're supposed to be the best. You're supposed to be head and shoulders better than everyone else. Head and shoulders better than your backup. You got to score more than 3 points. Got to. And this is why the Niners can't trade Mac Jones this offseason. Because they don't know how good Brock Purdy is. Elite quarterbacks don't have games like this. 3 points? Am I tripping? Who scored 3 points against the Seahawks this year? Let's look. Who scored 3 points against the Seahawks this year? Let's see. Okay. Steelers scored 17. Saints scored 13. The Arizona Cardinals scored 20. Buccaneers scored 38. Jaguars scored 12. Texans scored 19. Commanders scored 14. Cardinals scored 22. Rams scored 21 in a win. Tennessee scored 24. The Vikings scored 0. Falcons scored 9. So who was quarterback of the J.J. McCarthy. No. Max Brosmer. Max Brosmer led his team to more points than Brock did. Now, Max Brosmer threw 4 picks. I'm not saying he's better than Brock, but damn. Phillip Rivers led his offense to more points than Bryce Young led his offense to more points than Brock Purdy. This is why I pump the brakes with Brock. He's a very good quarterback, but he's also a product of his play caller. Does that make him a system quarterback? Yeah. A system quarterback who can go off script. It's a nice skill set. But when Kyle's off, Brock's not going to overcome that. Maybe Josh Allen could. Maybe Drake May could. Maybe Justin Herbert could. Maybe Joe Burrow could. Maybe the Niners will trade for Joe Burrow this offseason. But Brock Purdy is at the mercy of his coach. So is Mac. Mac would have lost this game. Brock did lose this game. And if your quarterback isn't transcendent, if he's just a fancy system quarterback, if the limit of your offense is the coach, what are you paying for, man? But hey, maybe they'll bounce back and win the Super Bowl. We'll see.